What's up, fam? What's good? We got a video coming at you. I made like 3 already, but they kept cutting out, so I just deleted all of them. And I put my headphones in, so hopefully the audio is pretty good. I'm driving to Tampa right now to go see my mom and dad for Easter, and it's going to be an amazing day. This morning, I woke up and I took the rest of the weed that I had, and I kept telling myself, I'm just going to smoke the rest of it, and then I'm going to quit. I'm going to smoke the rest, and then I'm going to quit. And I've been doing that for the longest time. And I went outside, and I was watching some videos. Before I went outside, I was watching more videos just to inspire me to quitting weed. And, man, I've had the final relapse of I think everybody goes through a relapse. If you quit cold turkey and you never go back again, that's amazing. And that means that you know why, like you have found all the answers, and you know you're just concrete, you know why you're not going back. But the relapse, in a sense, can be good because it can well, not good, but it reminds you of why you quit in the first place. It reminds you of why once you relapse again, you're like, oh, this is why I quit this shit. And you're not in life, you're gonna constantly just have to learn things over and over and over, or you're gonna be tested over and over and over until you learn. You'll be tested over and over, and the same problems are gonna keep coming up. So this video specifically, I have one video on all the all the benefits of quitting. Now I'm gonna explain all of the opposite, all of the shit, okay, that with any addiction, not just weed, with any addiction. Gosh, man, it's crazy because for the last 5 years, if not more, I'm about to be 25, so for the last 8 years, it's crazy, but I've been pretty much smoking weed nonstop for the last 8 years, except for 1 year where I didn't smoke because I was on probation. So I didn't smoke that year, but I was just drinking and smoking cigarettes and whatever. So anyway, I've known this for a while, but I'm really coming to the realization, I have come to the realization that all of my fucking problems, all of them, stemmed from weed or just addiction in general, alcohol and just addiction in general. All of my problems for the last 8 years, not all of them, but damn near every problem I've had in my life, everything that caused me strife, everything that was negative in my life came from marijuana, came from weed, came from the addiction more so than anything. Because of course an herb is an herb, but when you become addicted, that's when it changes. So let's list some of these things, okay? Let's list some of these things. All of these problems could have been avoided with just one thing, just quitting weed. Okay, so paranoia, right off the bat. Paranoid of the police. If it's legal, then you might be still paranoid of people, paranoid of your parents, paranoid of... There's a reason to be paranoid too. It's not, you should be paranoid. It's an illegal drug. Like, you should be paranoid. To even have it on you, to be driving with it and smoking, you're just asking for it at that point. That's what happened to me. I got caught. It's a matter of time. You will get pulled over. So anyway, paranoia, gone. No more. You quit weed, it's gone. No reason to be paranoid again. How easy was that? Okay, that's just one, all right? So you got paranoia. What else? Money. All the money. That's always been a problem. Everybody, pretty much, that's a problem. Money. Okay, so right off the bat, money. That problem is eliminated. Like, it's crazy because if I just stop smoking weed, I spend about $50 a month on weed. That's probably more, but let's just say $50, okay? $50 a month. That's groceries. That's an entire thing of groceries for 2 weeks, whatever, or a week. That's an amazing gym membership. That's whatever. It's anything you want it to be, and all of those things will give back to you except for weed. Weed is one of those only things that $50 and it's gone. You have nothing to show for it. I could take that same $50 and get get a whole cycling jersey. Get a cycling jersey and cycling shorts for that. And I'll have it for years, 4 years, 5 years. Weed is just gone. Smoke it and it's gone. You have nothing to show for it. So there's money. Paranoia. You got money. You got time. The amount of time wasted. The amount of time wasted. And that goes with money too, because it takes time to make money. So you're wasting money and time and energy. All of these problems, the paranoia. I remember so many times my dad coming home. You know, my dad would work like all day, but he would come home every night at night. And he always knew I would smoke because I smoked every day pretty much. And he hated it. And I never wanted him to know, you know, so I have to be all sneaky. All that sneaky shit. If you smoke weed every day, if you're addicted to weed, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That sneaky shit. It's just too much. I'm too old for this shit. I'm about to be 25. I'm not sneaking around anymore. You know, all those times my dad would come home and I was always, you know, have to be paranoid, and that's always when I smoked too, was at night. Fuck that shit. Man, looking back at that, I could have been doing so many. I mean, I'm not regretting anything. And all of those experiences is great. It put me in the situation that I am now, and I have so much appreciation for just being sober, just not needing weed. But I could have been doing so many things with that time instead of being paranoid, you know? And my dad, you know, we have money in our family. Like he could have supported, if I was really into like bikes like I am now, I could have been working on bikes, and by now I could have my own bike shop practically. You know what I mean? Like that's just an example, but I could have been doing anything else, and my parents would have supported me. They would have probably gave me money to do it if I was really serious about it. But now looking back at it, it's just wild. It's just all of those problems gone. Paranoia gone. Money problems gone. Having, you know, drug tests. That was another one. I remember getting jobs and looking up and spending so much time researching how to pass a drug test when you smoke. And how to cleanse yourself instead of just fucking quitting for like a week. That's how bad I was addicted. That's how addicted I was. I couldn't even quit for a week, for a couple weeks, for a drug test. It's insane. So that problem's gone. You know, the sneakiness problem, that's gone. That's the worst, having to sneak around, and then, you know, your family's over, your friends are over, and you got to sneak around and shit, and before you know it, the party's over, your friends and your family are gone, and you're left there just being high. And that's normally what I wanted to do. I was always just, I can't wait till everyone leaves so I can just be by myself and smoke. And that's another thing that it definitely was negative, I was becoming extremely antisocial, you know, where all I wanted to do after work was just go home, smoke, and be by myself every day. And I can't wait for the new life that I'm going to live. I've already lived it before, but now I even have more of a perspective of how amazing life is without addiction. It is so amazing, so freeing. Oh my gosh. So, sorry I haven't been able to look at the camera and haven't been able to engage that much like that because I'm driving, but I hope this inspires you with any addiction that you have. Just, the thing with me that is it makes it so easy for me now not to go back to smoking is like, when I think about that, when I think about all those problems, and there's even more. There's way more problems. Being around people that you shouldn't be around. There's just tons. It all goes together. It all goes together, and you can't just like. It all goes together. So when you come to the realization that all you need to do is just quit, and all of these problems gone. That's it. You don't have to be paranoid anymore. You don't have to be paranoid. You don't have to worry about, you know, money. You got an extra $50 a month. You can go out to eat more, you know, treat yourself, whatever. You don't have to be worried about going to your dealer anymore and being with shady people. You don't have to worry about wasting time. You don't have to worry about your house being dirty. You know? You don't have to worry about if people are friends with you just because of weed, or if people are really friends with you because of you. That's a huge one. And you don't have to worry about, I know with me, when I would run out of weed and say the dealer doesn't have it at the time or whatever, then I'm asking people. Now I'm dependent. I'm asking people, hey, can I smoke? Can you smoke me out? And then people will, because misery likes company. Addiction, everybody that's addicted loves to share it with other people. So they will, and they'll smoke you out like, oh, I don't have it, the dealer's not here, and they'll smoke you out, but everything that gives takes. So don't think you're going to smoke, get smoked out. Eventually that person's going to be like, yo, what's good? I've been smoking you out for a while now, and it's going to cause you more anxiety and stress. I'm not saying that you're going to be like me, but if you're addicted, you're going to be like me. If you're addicted, when you run out, you're going to be asking friends and things like that, and it's going to get to the point where you're going to realize, there's no such thing as a free lunch. You don't just get smoked out for free. And it got to the point where I was paying people. Every time I'd smoke with people, even if they didn't want me to, I would give them $5, because it was just like, it made it that much harder for me to smoke. And I told myself, I'm like, I can't just be smoking for free, or else I'm just going to keep smoking. So I'm here, take the $5, because it reminded me every time, like, why am I fucking doing this? $5 gone, $5 gone. Could have been spending that towards anything else. So, kind of a long video. I hope I inspired you, though. Man, the new journey begins now, and I am so excited. If you're doing it, I'm excited for you. Honestly, I've done this many times, and I promise you that it depends on the way that you look at it, but definitely make videos. That's going to help you a lot. But it can be an extremely fun thing. And it can almost be like taking a drug, as weird as that is, because you're so used to being faded all day, faded and dazed and confused, and you're so used to that fog that when you stop smoking after smoking every single day for months after years or whatever, that clear-headedness is like, it's such it's like you're on a drug. It's like a new drug, because it's like you feel so freaking good. You can think clear, and you start to like remember where everything is at, and you're not searching. It's an amazing feeling. You have a lot, you can tell my energy, you have a lot more energy, and it's an amazing feeling. And let's do this together. For anybody, if in my recent videos, if I encouraged you to smoke for whatever reason, I apologize. That was never my intention. But I was just being open and honest with everything. I was telling you, like, there was times when I smoked, and I would say, look, I smoked, whatever. But if that's the case, that doesn't mean you should do it. And you got to be strong. Know that everything is in the moment, and you build momentum. Eventually, you build momentum to the point where you get going, so you become that train on there's no. Eventually, I promise you, it might sound crazy, it might seem far-fetched now, but eventually you will get to the point where you look at weed and you have absolutely zero cravings whatsoever, and it holds no control over you. That's what it comes down to, having no control over you, and that is the best feeling ever. That is the highest high you will ever experience. Freedom of your dome of your head. Complete freedom. That's what it's about. And that's what weed's supposed to give you. But in reality, when you become addicted to it, you realize that being sober is the most freeing feeling ever. So yeah, thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. Feel free to share. Feel free to like. Feel free to dislike. But this is just the beginning, and I'm going to start making way more videos again, like I used to when I wasn't smoking. It's crazy. You can see when I'm smoking and when I'm not smoking on my YouTube channel. Posting like 3, 4, 5 videos a week, and then going back to like once every 2 weeks, when I was smoking, and then back to when I don't smoke, 4 or 5 videos a week, the amount of productivity, man. So thank you very much. Have an amazing day. Happy Easter if that's what you're into. and give yourself a little resurrection. All right? Peace out.
This is who I am. This is who I will be. This is me.